So today I will be reviewing Braxton Family Values, Season 5, Episode 18. So this episode was about a family gathering, food tasting event that turned into a huge tragedy. So let's talk about it. So this episode starts out exactly where they left off last episode, which is Trina, Tawanda, Tracy, and Tamar are all at Trina's house tasting some new dishes that she might want to add to her menu. Tamar is tasting the food, not really liking it. None of the women liked the chicken, but it was Tamar that got really, really insistent on it. She kept asking her sister, why don't you have fries on the menu? Why don't you have fries? She said that the chicken tastes like syrup, and she just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And Trina sat there and took it for a minute. But then when Tamar kept getting persistent, Trina started clapping back, and it just turned into something that it didn't have to be. So when Tamar was going off, Tracy, in the meanwhile, is still very calm. She's trying to get Tamar to shut the hell up. And Tamar's not listening to anybody. She's going on and on and on, like, I feel that you ain't got to have this chicken. And so finally, Trina couldn't take it no more. And then she went below the belt and said, why don't you go home and worry about your kids instead of letting the nanny raise it? Or something to this effect. Well, this was the match on the fuel, and everything blew up. So Tamar runs outside. Everybody runs after Tamar. Tamar's still speaking her mind, and then somehow she ends up in Tracy's car. And this is the weirdest thing. This is when Tracy decides to bring up the whole 2-year beef again. Child, it was insane. Like, she didn't bring it up at the hotel when everybody was calm and ready to talk. She decides to bring it up now in the middle of the argument. Ooh, so that's where we picked up. Now let me tell you the results of this insane argument. Now, Tamar, you know I love you like butter and gravy, but we gotta talk. It's like I told you last week, Tamar. Nobody wants advice. People don't want advice. Solicited, unsolicited. But it feels like you think your only job in life is to keep giving advice. You want everybody to know how you feel, speak your mind, and for them to just sit back and take it. I think you have good intentions, but you have to remember, just because these women have the title sister does not mean they want advice, opinion, talk down to you. You don't get it. And that, I told you last week, just be quiet. But now I got to change my advice to you, because I really think you're incapable of being quiet. Everybody has flaws in life, and your one flaw is you will not shut up. Now, and it takes away from everything, because half of the time the things that you are saying make 100%, but it's not your job to go around making sure everybody gets a piece of your mind. So have you ever heard the saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder, or something like that? Listen, you need to stay away for long periods of time. And you don't even know how to do that. Like, you want to be involved in everything, but you can't be involved in anything because you have that habit of not shutting up. You can keep talking. Child, you've got to stay away. Listen, you seem to do fine when it's just you and Tony. Why don't you just do that more often? Just pick one sister, Tony, to talk to, tell your problems to, ask advice, and give advice. But the other ones, they have totally different personalities than you. And you're doing nothing at this point but ruining these relationships. Now, I've been watching this show since season 1, and every season, it's the same thing. You won't shut up, and then they attack you, and then when they come hard and attack you, then you get deeply, deeply hurt. But you kind of brought it on yourself. Child, Tamar, it's not that hard. Shut up. But since you can't do that, stay away. Like, you should have I see you once a month rule. Because if you don't, this is going to keep recycling. Tamar, you have to take my advice. And you want to know why you have to take my advice? Because I've been in your shoes. I was the sister that talked too damn much and got on everybody's last nerve. It really works. They hated to see me coming. They were like, here she comes again. All you got to do is shut up or stay gone for long periods. I'm trying to tell you, it's the only thing that's going to save this yearly argument that you guys got going. Now let's talk to the other sisters. Tracy, Tawanda, Trina. I've got some advice for you guys. Because you guys have a different personality than Tamar, and you have been mentally abused for years from Tamar, I have some advice. Listen, you guys have to start speaking up for yourself the right way. You can't start talking about people's kids. Come on, Trina, you knew that was wrong. That's why you apologize. You can't wait 2 years before you bring up subjects and wait until the middle of an argument to speak your mind. You guys, this is half your fault too. Half of it's Tamar, the other half is you guys. You've got to speak up in an adult way. It's your responsibility to handle things in an adult way. Because if you don't, you're going to keep holding it in, and then till you can't take it anymore, then you have the outburst. Child. And you can't keep doing that because you are sisters. You guys have to take responsibility and for your part and start speaking your mind, because this can't keep going on every year. You guys really have to speak your mind at this point, or call Yanla, because you guys are running out of people to call. On the second day of the argument, we did learn something new, that Vince and Tamar are going through IVF treatment, and she did experience a miscarriage. So that's not good to hear, but it is good to hear that they're trying for another baby. I think now moving on to the final sister, Toni Braxton. So when she got a wind of what happened at this, it wasn't of the argument, she did what she does best. She tried to bring everyone together and tried to resolve this. And that seems to be her role in the family. But at least you guys realize that she can't keep having that role. You guys tried to resolve it on your own. It did not work. You should try again. Because that can't be Toni's only job. It puts extra stress on Toni. Even though she loves you guys, and she probably doesn't mind because you guys are her family, this has got to stop. That every time Toni's not around, things blow up. It has got to stop. So that's where the episode ended. Miss Toni Braxton is trying to heal her family yet again. So, we'll see what happens next week. You know, there might be another fight. Like they just prone to fighting, but love each other dearly. But love to fight. It's insane. But isn't that every family? I might say probably. But anyway, thanks for watching. See you next week. Until then, see you next time. Bye.